So, apparently, uh, my stream crashed. Um, yeah, that's a little weird. Perfect time though. Let's see what's going on with the yeah. I believe Steps of Faith should be next. Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. What was going on? Anyways. When I laid eyes upon a Lady Iceheart, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones. The gates of judgments are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layers of Ishgard's magical wards. If our first line of defense can be so easily shattered. We need not fret over much. There are yet several layers of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine. Heretic scum, how dare they meddle with our divine protections? I shall rid our nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. It seemed the heretic struck the first and most telling blow against Ishgard. Scions, we expected you at Camp Dragonhead. My apologies, we chanced to hear that there had been trouble at the gates and thought it prudent to investigate the cause. Then you have learned of the heretic's treachery. Lady Iceheart led a force of her followers against our defenders and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. But let us speak more of this back at camp. Sir Amaric awaits you. Lady Iceheart has grown bold indeed if she would risk direct action against the city. Come, let us do as we bid and return to Camp Dragonhead. Lord Harshafont will know where Sir Amaric means to receive us. Back at it again. I'm just gonna chill up here. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real fast. Maybe grab an alcoholic beverage. Maybe. I don't know how spicy I'm feeling. I might just save it for the Vampire Night wash along. But yeah, I will be right back. Alright, I am back. I did not grab that alcoholic beverage. I gotta save sober and then get drunk for vampire night. But Ooh. Oh. I get freaked out when I get pinged. Alright. I'll get though. It is reassuring indeed to hold the countenance of a friend when one's homelander teeters upon the very brink of disaster. Though a single misstep could send us plunging into the abyss, your heroic presence strokes the flames of courage within my heart. Ah, but you did not come to Dragonhead to listen to my prattling. The Lord Commander has arrived and will treat with you and the Intercessor. Dude, he is literally flirting with you. He's literally flirting. Please. Greetings, madam. Shall I show you inside? Yeah. I mean, maybe next break I take, I might grab something to eat. Depends on how far it is and how long it is. I thank you for coming with such haste and apologize for my absence. Suffice it to say, Lady Iceheart and her heretics have much to answer for. Yes, we are but recently returned from the Gates of Judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we quite understand if you would prefer to postpone our appointed audience. On the contrary, Master Alphino, I think it's more important than ever that our meetings take place. That this meeting take place. Rest assured, I shall return to my post in Ishgard's walls the moment our business is concluded. Before we move on to the subject of reinforcements, however, I would introduce you to a close friend and stalwart ally, Estinian. Oh, there's Estinian. Are they gonna make mention of the fact that I played Dragoon? Is he gonna mention the fact that we've met already? May I present you to Ishgard's Zur Dragoon? An impressive title, though I confess, and know precious little of the Order of Dragoons. They are formidable warriors all, yet even among such masters of the lance, Estinian is without equal. He, out of all warriors of Ishgard, was chosen to wield the power of dragons and may thus contend with any Dravinian. You flatter me, overmuch, Lord Commander. If ever I was without equal, I am no longer, as my fellow Azure Dragoon with Tess Vianius Lucio did not come in to challenge you this day. Dude! They acknowledge I played the Dragoons! Yeah, Dragoon job quest, you're basically a second Azure Dragoon. And also, Stinian just fucking fights you. For whatever reason. Well, now that we all have been introduced, let us... Emmerich doesn't know how to respond to the fact that we already know each other. Well, now that we have been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I would share that what we have learned of Iceheart's design, as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault of the gates. I would say that Lady Icehearts and the Dravanians share a common goal, the reclamation of Nidhogg's stolen eye. Nidhogg, one of the 7 great worms. His name features prominently in your nation's history, though once defeated by the hero Haldra, the beast is said to have terrorized Berthus since Ishgard's founding. Aye, many are the scars our walls bear from Nidhogg's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Haldreth plucked from the beast-bested worm skull, known simply as the Eye, is a treasured relic of Ishgard and one possessed of untold power. Should it ever be returned to Nidhogg, the dread creature would be restored to the height of the strength, and then no wall or ward we could erect would be stout enough to deny him. My vengeful son hath waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal mind can comprehend the depths of his rancor. The eye itself is secreted deep within the vault. It is kept under heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the holy see. But though stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics, the dragons are another matter. There are individuals within the Dravanian horde whom an entire company of knights would labor to repel, to say nothing of Nidhogg himself. Nor does age rob them of their strength, though the endless march of years the dragons adore, patient, calculating, inexorable. You must understand, these creatures do not share our perception of time. Dude, I can't get over the fact. Okay, so I don't think this is quite obvious at first, but this is a Asinian's model from this to like what Stormblood or no later Heavensward, I would say. It like his character model when he's in this armor is different than when he's not in this armor. Like there's like a base side by side comparison for him. He looks like he got a fucking blow up. And this is especially true of the Great Worms. They who spend centuries in slumber only to wake and resume their campaign as if mere hours had passed. I'll probably put it on the as a meme or something. On Heavensward. It's been 20 years since Nidhogg last darkened our skies. 20 years for him to gather his strength and for us to bolster our defenses. And now, just as he seemed primed to return, the heretics strike at the gates. You believe that Lady Iceheart is in league with the creatures then? A little thing. Yeah, it just crashed all of a sudden. I didn't know what happened. I was just streaming and then I was doing some melt shenanigans and then I saw that hey I disconnected from my chat from my overlay, right? And then I looked and then it said that I got DC'd. Then I checked, my stream was offline and I was like, holy shit. Of that we cannot be certain, though we know the heretics covet the eye. We have been unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, classic OBS, I'm doing slobs, but I think it was internet issues. Oh shit, I didn't read it! So it would seem you have described your plight in admirable detail, Lord Commander, yet I cannot help but wonder at your candor. Why share such sensitive information with us? I shall speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and I would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for this coming battle against the dragons. That much I expected. Like our arrangements concerning the keeper of the lake, however, only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter. I fail to see why we should intervene in a conflict which concerned only Ishgard and Dravani. When the Eorzean Alliance requested Ishgard's assistance during our Operation Archon, you refused us. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand that we now risk our lives in your private war? I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider what would follow were Ishgard to fall. All I was asking is why share such information with him? The one you skipped? Oh, okay. Having razed their city to the ground, the Horde will have little cause to linger, and most would return to their lairs in Dravania. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Carthus would be buried in snow, and the land would become the sole province of beasts and beastmen. Unlike Garlean's arrivals, that is. Until the Garlean's arrival, that is, for you may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Kurthis. They would not even have to draw steel. An imperial province sharing a border with Mordona, 7. Very well, we will assist you in repelling the dragons. The roar of a great worm may have shaken the firmament, but we of Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone. That's the biggest 180 elf, no? Fucking idiot. Nor did I ever think you would. Now, upon the matter of the roar. Allow me, Sir Emmerich. Through the power of the Eye, I have become the vessel of Nidhogg's strength. His essence was stolen into my very blood. Fear not, I am in full control of my faculties, I assure you, and the Eye itself is of no relevance to this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wherever so I go. It lingers in influence does, however, allow me to hear Nidhogg's voice. Then the worm who roared was Nidhogg. He means to hurl his horde against Denifin's collar and shatter the remaining wards that protected the city. There could be no doubt the worm has summoned his minions to war. Dude, I love the Dragoon artifact gear. It fucking sucks on women though. Because, okay, I don't know if you can see it because it's covering it up. Can't really show it because it's covering it, right? But, you see this chest piece, right? So, you uncross your arms, dude. Okay. You see this, like, scale mail chest piece right here? This front part, right? On the females, it's fucking God. There's, like, a stomach window for whatever fucking reason, and it pisses me off. Like, it makes no sense. Why would you have, like, a stomach window? Even for, like, the woman, the pointy bits of the fucking armor are gonna hit you with all the jumping and shit you're gonna do. Why not have the dragon scale protection on your stomach? And also, it's, like, freezing in Kurthis, so, like, why keep that exposed, too? And also, like, you're exposing the middle section, the most vulnerable place, the most squishy place with all the organs and shit. Dude, it pisses me off. Anyways, that was my rant for, female Dragoon artifact armor. Though the circumstances are far from ideal, the desperate endeavor will at least provide us an opportunity to bring the sister states of Eorzea together in common cause. Sir Emmerich was more ruthless in his negotiations than I had anticipated. I suppose one must give no quarter when one's home is at stake. But did you see the look on his face when he formally requested your assistance? Though the Lord Commander has long campaigned for Ishgard to open his gates to outsider, I suspect the softening of the Holy See's attitude towards foreign cooperation comes as something of a bittersweet victory. The days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. If we are to aid the Ishgardians in this war of theirs, preparations will have to be made in soon. Before proceeding, however, we must need return to Rising Stones and make our reports to the antecedent. You know, 90% of these kinds of games, the girls' variants are harder to find good ones, like the males. The thing is, like, there's really good female armor, too. Like, a lot of the, tank sets for women are pretty much the same as the men. I mean, this isn't really, like, this is pretty much the same, except for maybe the pants. This, though, isn't the same for men. The top isn't, but I think it goes hard on women. I don't think I have, like, a thing. Some of it, like, I don't know how to describe it, but, like, MH I made a mill flaw and a lot of the armors were weak as shit, unfortunately. Yeah, it feels like that sometimes. But, most of the time the armor is good, is all I'm gonna say. Like, I don't normally have an issue with how armor is in this game, especially since a lot of it is pretty unisex in my opinion. I think, with few exceptions, like the old artifact here, but other than that, it's pretty good. Ever see that legendary female armors in games and Nosy Girls? Yeah. Dude, I think it should just all be up to option. Like, that's why you have glam in the game, right? Sorry, my model probably freaked out I was drinking water. How about we give both the men and women skin clothing? So, interesting you said that, because in this game, you can put people in all sorts of dress, including the maid outfit.
Alphino, it is good to see you.
And the
Tell me,
dress.
what have you learned?
An outfit.
Pray summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
Yeah, it's really a step ahead. I just have an issue with old artifact armor. It was introduced back in like the Realm Reborn, so I don't blame them.
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
Shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
All those people.
Fendo is hella thirsty for Dante made it in this game with a large crop like elf.
Alphino is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Dude, I've seen some pretty wild people recreating like some of like NPCs and various characters. I saw there's like a whole like free company of just like all of the normal NPC characters except they're Rogadins, so they're like swole. Also, there's a coat that looks like play War Dancer Fallen. Hello. Stay in the stream, Howard. Give me your view.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
I agree.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war. But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we
never
shall
sub,
go.
never donate, ad block on, stolen laptop, neighbor's Wi-Fi, mama's house, stolen solar panel, stolen sun, solar energy, stolen water wheel, neighbor's river, stolen hydroelectric plant, charging phone with work electricity, shower and bathroom sink, stolen room cake cafeteria, stolen hamster wheel, kinetic energy, free entertainment. Nice coffee pasta. But if all here believe the cause to be oh shoot, the cutscene's voiced.
The path we now embark upon is perilous. But I pray you will walk with us to the end.
Sure.
For those we have lost. For those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
To war we go. It's a heaven's war. If you would. That was a weak joke, I apologize. Yo. Fish happening. I bet the Archons travel to their assigned nations. Should the member of the Elysians agree to pledge Grand Company soldiers to Ishgard's cause, their comrades will be on hand to act as intermediaries for the duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders to grant such support I leave to Alphino. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. I will have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. I would ask that have you consider the matter of your own security. Revenant's told is but a short flight from the snowfields of Corthus. It is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Pray brief Slaftborn on the brewing conflict and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for aught that might wing its way over our walls. I only hope that such precautions prove unnecessary. Before you leave, might I suggest that you have Tataru accompany you? She has a talent for administration and a firm grasp of practical challenges we may encounter. Haru. The only potato I do not hate. Well, hate is a strong word, but the only potato I trust, I should say. We are rather close to Kurthus, aren't we? We best see to our own defenses to take stock of our supplies. We'll also need to have beds and bandages laid out just in case. Good receptionist is ready for any eventuality. Let's go, Celosia. I have 101 things to discuss with Slaftborn. Out of our instance area, let's talk to the broken. Steps of Faith, by the way, it's a pretty interesting trial. It doesn't really stand out. I just think it's pretty cool just by the scale of it all. But, you know, a lot of the later stuff is way cooler, obviously. I appreciate the warning of wars coming to Corthus, and the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also see about finding room for an infirmary as well as temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and I will return the favor. But as for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die on Ishgarian soil, and I am certain headquarters will stay the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence on the siege. That said, each adventurer is of course free to do as they will. I shall have a word with some of my more capable colleagues on your behalf, and you might try your luck here in Revenant's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about town who will answer your call to arms. Let's get started, shall we? We have a town to ruse. Spare me your talk of glory and fame. I'm not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I've survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay well away from Ishgard. Ishgard sounds like she's in a right mess, but that ain't what I want to talk to you about. I needed to cast your mind back to the scuffle with the Empire out by the processing plant. A lad from Little Alamigo by the name of Wilred was there with the fort that day, and I want to know if you've seen him since. Have you? God damn it, I feared as much. No one's bloody seen him. It's like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. But that ain't it. Around the time Wilred stopped turning up for duty, them black market weapons went missing from revolt in Ul'dah. So now, of course, half the Brace suspect the lad of making off with the goods. Folk like to believe our company's disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, there's nothing more than a motley collection of mercenaries and venture and Grand Company veterans. The only thing that binds us together is some faded oath about fighting for the freedom of all, and that and the steady pay. Now, what, compared to most others in this crew, Wilrod's a fresh-faced novice, a bleeding whelp among wolves. But the boy's got passion. When he talked about being a guardian of Eorzea, he bloody well meant it. A lad like him wouldn't rob us blind and bugger off like that. He ain't the type. And then, this is just between you and me, mind. Is the fact that the lad wanted to tell me about something queer he noticed in the ledgers. It was me, I'm sorry. I'm the queer. Something about the Braves numbers not adding up. Aye, there's a villain at the end of this trial I've stumbled on, and I'll bet my good eye it ain't young Wilred. Twitch, please don't report me. Please don't ban me, Twitch, please. I'm bisexual. Please don't ban me. Any road, you've got a ward cloud. Any road, you've got a ward of wage, so I'll let you get on. I just thought someone should know. I'll be seeing you, Celosia. Why would they ban you for being bi? Oh no, it's for saying queer. Because it's technically a slur. Oh, I forgot queer was a slur? Yeah. Like, I know there's, like, a huge, like, discussion about it. I personally think it should be reclaimed. Because it is a really nice umbrella term for, like, if you don't want to disclose, like, your specifics of your sexuality and gender identity and all that. So using that as a catch-all. It's really nice. Because I don't want to have to go in and be like, I'm bisexual, but also, I don't care about my gender, dude. Gender stuff is also just, like, off the walls. I never cared for gender. All I know is I like boobs. Whatever. Sorry. So Ishgard seeks all sorts of bolster its ranks, and though I'm not sure I like the sound of the siege, those nobles will surely be generous with the rewards. Oh yeah, I'm cis, so I guess lol. But I pledged myself to guard Revenant's toll. Modest work though it is, I'm loath to break the term of contract. What to do? Wait, you said the cute slur, and you're not queer? No, it's okay. I know it's also used in other contexts, but it's like, you know, it's whatever. So many blades of the Ishgardians, well, them dragons are a fearsome lot, but I'd slay me fair share if the coin was good. Who said that? I'm probably bi? Oh, okay. Oh, good. The probability of bi. Schrodinger is bisexual. I said cis because I thought it meant like the gender you were born as, huh? Yeah. Cis is cis is you identify as the gender or gender that aligns with your sex, like your it's honestly so fucking confusing for me. I like the idea of gender itself, you know, because like people are like sex is a science and whatever, but if you look at it and shit, right? Chromosomes aren't like your chromosomes aren't necessarily just X or XY, you know, there's a ton of shit that goes behind it. Also, sexuality is weird too, because it's like, even as like a bisexual, you know, it's not like an even like 50-50 or like a 33-33-33. Because, you know, envies, I love them envies. But, you know, sometimes you have like yeah, it is a spectrum. Everything is a spectrum. including, surprisingly enough, chromosomes also come into a spectrum. Volunteer my services in the defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claim the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer them. Mine was to escape such a fate that I took up the mantle of adventure in the first place. I would sooner die in the pursuit of fortune than huddle behind an iceberg. I'm just straight because I usually like girls, then I see a really good Sephiroth or something like Matt Mercer and Mick Gordon, and I was like, I'm probably bi. Yeah, maybe you're bi and you just have like a strong preference for women. Sephiroth cosplayer? I thought you meant just Sephiroth in general. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. There you are, Celeste. So do you sway any hearts? No. Oh, 1 or 2, eh? Well, added to mine, that makes 3 or 4, not including Software's friends. We won't have the largest company in the army, but I say one Revenant's Toll's veteran is worth a dozen clanky knights at least. Sephiroth is so fucking hot. Yeah, DMC4 Dante too. Okay, keep your hair to a minimum, please. I've been so caught up with recruiting that I almost forgot. There's been a word from Alpha. No. Oh, by the way, it's okay to be thirsty. Just don't be weird about it, you know? Apparently, the Alliance leaders are convening in Ul'dah to discuss Ishgard's plight. They've requested your presence as usual. Anyways, you'd best make your way to Ul'dah, or you'll be late. Alphino said that he would meet you on the Royal Promenade. Okay, if there's some war and shit going on right now, immediately. Why aren't we there fighting the big dragon? Why aren't I there fighting the big dragon? I won't make feet jokes again like the other day, I promise. Okay. Yeah, that... Okay. Oh, good. I need to make a... I need a... I'm hoping at least that, I see people say things like cishet, so I usually separate the two. Yeah. Cishet just means cisgender hetero. My apologies for calling you away from the task. I have hoped to proceed with these negotiations one leader at a time, but it seems my urgent request for an audience have prompted a gathering of the council. Needless to say, I feel obliged to attend. The Alliance leaders are already seated within. Let us join them, shall we?
We are well aware of Ishgard's dilemma, and we agree with your assessment.
Then I trust there are no objections to the Crystal Braves' intervention.
Da has none.
Gridania does not object.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphino. Do what you will. We shall pray for your success.
What?
It was my hope that you would offer more substantial aid than prayer.
I know who
it is
Gak
within
is.
your means.
I only know him because he was the VA provider for Gakupo, which is a Vocaloid. And also, apparently, he fled Japan for tax evasion purposes. Or at least I think that's what happened.
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but two of many. We are not in a position to contribute greatly to the defense of Ishgard. Not when our own homes are still under siege.
I kind of buried it from my brain when it happened because it was, but it's kind of funny in hindsight.
We dare not leave our interests in Cartano undefended as well. Telegi Adalegi and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Aye, support. A handful of men and no more.
Would that we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Ah, yes. The free companies. They're not like to turn you down.
I beg your pardon? You would entrust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords?
And what's wrong with that, huh? What's wrong with that, Alphino?
Crises like these are the very reason why this alliance was formed. It is our duty to aid our fellow man.
My duty is to my country and my people. If you expect us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Lest you doubt, Limsa comes first, then the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest. If you cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
I suggest you assemble a party of elite adventurers, assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Archon. I dare say they will do so again.
Alright, everything's up to me, I guess. Yeah, I hated the world and everything because they don't want to do anything.
If I may, Your Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces. If we entrust the security of Uldar to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard. Your Grace?
Yes. Yes, of course. Do what you will.
Do what you will, she says. You know what I kind of want? Pancakes sound good right now, but I don't want to make some, you know?
Is Her Grace not feeling well?
To the best of my knowledge, Her Grace is in perfect health.
I see. Carry on.
You doing all right there? Alphino, are you gonna bitch like a little baby? Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems you have been conscripted into leading a contingent of adventurers on yet another mission of inestimable danger. But I fear we have left with little alternative. We cannot well abandon Lord Arshafon and Sir Amalric to their fate. We must abide by the Council's decision, as short-sighted as it is, and strive to fulfill our roles as the Eorzean's guardians. Captain Elbird, what news? Then the assault has begun? We have but this moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. Move our forces into position. Your unit will join House Sterndare at Steel Vigil. Man the cannons alongside the knights and thin the Giovannian horde ere they descend upon Ishgard. I will join you as soon as I am able. Philosia, I would have you and your adventurer allies bolster the defenses of the Steps of Faith. Report first with Sir Marceline at the Gates of Judgment, and he will direct you to where you are needed most. May the gods grant you victory. I'll go to Dragon Head first. We'll fly over there. This trial is pretty cool, but no one knows that they have to use the cannons. Well, you don't have to use the cannons, but it does a lot more help to use the cannons, you know? You are the appointed captain of the Sellsword contingent, then welcome. There is no shortage of blade work to be done. As we speak, Javanian skirmishing parties are harrying positions across the Central Highlands. I've assigned the Crystal Braves and your fellow adventurers to contain these scattered attacks, and for the present, I would have you join them. This is, of course, merely a precursor to the assault on Ishgard proper. The Welly Serpents seek to divide and confuse our forces, but will not be so easily drawn out of position. The Temple Knights will remain on the Steps of Faith and continue our preparation. When the Horde arrives in force, they shall face a wall of Ishgardian steel. Reports back to me once their advanced skirmishes are slain. I see a cat drive a car into the Ishgardian sky. It really is a blizzard. That's done. I remember when I was younger and I really liked Until Dawn, and Mike was my favorite character. Looking back on it, it was probably a small hit. I do like... You know... What's something interesting though? I like the fact that Mike doesn't cheat in the game. Also, I'm kind of disappointed in that studio and all their newer titles, you know? What's the new things they're doing, like the Dark Pictures Anthology or something? Or something like that? They're kind of bad. I kind of hate how they're doing, like, all these spooky twists where, yeah... Is the Quarry their latest game? Because I haven't seen the Quarry. I'm talking about whatever their little anthology series they had. What? Like, it was kind of a miss for me, you know? I don't like the fact that they're trying to explain, like, all these supernatural things with, like, weird, kind of grounded-based little, like, real things. Like, Man of Medan was okay. I think some of it was pretty dumb. I don't like how they basically gave it away in the beginning. They should have like let you discover it as you go on instead of showing it in the showing it outright and then just having a, you know, I don't know how else to say it. And then what was the other one where they had like there's like a girl witch thing, and like a bunch of people were on a bus and the bus crashed, and then they keep seeing visions of like themselves in the past or present or whatever. The brother who lost his sister that always dies in every Until Dawn ending. The one that's played by Rami Malek, right? It's Josh? I think his name is Josh. Yeah. I mean, Rami Malek is a pretty good looking dude, honestly. Yeah, he plays the Pharaoh from Night at the Museum. Mr. Robot too. But no. Yeah, Night at the Museum is a really good movie. I wish people talked about it more. Dude, the tiny like the Roman soldier and the cowboy are gay. What news, adventurers? The reinforcements decimated, you say? Travanians, devils, stand their scaly hides. Hold fast to your grief and fury, my lady. We will avenge the deaths of your fellows in the battles to come. I haven't seen the third one. I don't know. Was the third one any good? Ere you commit yourselves to the siege, you should know that it is what is your task with defending beyond the gates of judgment lie the steps of faith, a great bridge of stone that leads directly to the city of Ishgard. I mean, they weren't as like specifically like written as it, but like the subtext is like so there. They reference Brokeback Mountain. It is quite literally the enemies to lovers. Why did something means across the sea of clouds? The bridge serves as a foundation for the arcane words that form the barrier we call Danafin's collar. Thus, in dispelling the barrier's outermost layer, the thrice damned witch ice hard stripped the bridge of its protection, and thus are the dragons now able to land unhindered upon the steps of faith. Should the Travanians succeed in destroying the remainder of the wards, the winged devils will be free to swarm within the city itself. Needless to say, we cannot suffer that to happen. It shall be our task as defenders to prevent any harm from coming to those parts of the bridge wherein the wards were sealed. All now rests on us, adventurers. Lead your comrades out to the steps of faith and prepare to meet the horde. May the fury guide your blades. Oh, that one, fucking Dark Anthology? Dark Pictures Anthology? Whatever the fuck their little, short game CYOA kind of shit is. One of the fucking, the most, the stupidest twist I've ever heard for a game that basically centers around a family that is like reliving or re-experiencing some supernatural shit and have to then like come face to face with like their versions of themselves from an older time or whatever, and like the supernatural little girl whatever who's a witch, and then it's about forgiveness and whatnot, or I guess not ultimately about forgiveness, but it could be like, well, I don't know. I try to push away most of the plot from my head because it was so so I don't feel bad about spoiling it because it's such a shitty ending. So apparently it was all in the fucking bus driver's head. He was like a guilty survivor a freak accident, and literally the entire game was just a fucking hallucination or some shit. And then depending on the ending, he either lives or fucking dies from pressing exit game himself. So yeah, but it was so, because it was such an interesting premise, and then they pulled that bullshit. It really disappointing. And I kind of lost faith in them because, like, dude, not everything and not every like supernatural shit thing needs to have like a real twist or whatever. No one's doing for steps of faith, huh? Understandable. Listen, you shouldn't be surprised when it's really good. Remember the Ruba depths? The DMC tried consulting OG Dante by having him next to the there. I haven't seen Brokeback Mountain, but all I know is it's like what, gay cowboy romance or something. Well, maybe not romance, but like whatever. Ninja Theory dudes or something. Yeah. Yeah, that's an unfortunate thing. Jesus Christ, this is gonna take forever, ain't it? If it takes longer than 5 minutes, I'm just gonna solo it. What do you know? They give Dante cowboy hat in 5. Yeah, that's what I meant. I don't know if it came across clear. Yeah. Really giving the middle finger to that dev. Jesus Christ. I'm so spoiled playing healers that whenever my Qs aren't instant, it feels wrong. There should be more than this. And I know not everyone wants to play this because there's a tome event. Oh, there we go. I just had to complain and then the queue will pop. I swear to God, if someone cancels. We're so close. So close to finishing a Roma board. Please. Okay. But this is kind of cool. Stance. So sick of this. Did they rework this? I don't know if they did rework it. Wait. One of our party members is named Mistral. Oh, damn it. The boss just right underneath. Look at this sexy slide casting. I think it's a GG if they get through the last two. We're like 50. Get me out, get me out, get me out. This is one of the next ones. Able to LB2 and should be over with. There we go. Yeah. I don't know what I was gonna say. We're done. We did it. always too much to walk all the way to the other side of the bridge, so I just press leave for that. You don't get penalized if you already finished it. The dragons, they are withdrawing. Victory is ours. One of Nidhogg's greatest champions, slain, the Horde will not soon recover from this blow. But what of you, Nidhogg? Why did you not join your minions to make of this battle a slaughter? Have you grown so fond of the stench of your lair? Mayhap you prefer to have your allies fight your battles for you. You should have a girl to do your bidding now, do you not? Oh, you have a girl to do your bidding now, do you not? No matter, I shall slay Iceheart and all the rest. But I yearn to spill the blood of a great worm, Nidhogg, and only your death will sate my lance. No, I fucking won. So let's see, the dragons are rooted, lest you wonder the fighting at the Steel Vigil was also fierce, but my crystal braves were not found wanting. Commander Levier Celosia, true to your word, you arrived to aid us in our hour of need. On behalf of the Holy See and faithful of Ishgard, I offer you this humble thing. Though I would stay and lavish you with well-deserved praise, I fear I must wait to oversee the aftermath of the siege. Now all the dragons are fled, and there are yet wounded to be carried from the field. Pray let us meet anon, that I might express my thanks with the proper courtesy. I too would offer my thanks, Celosia, though your deeds we have achieved. Oh, through your deeds we have achieved a victory of singular importance. But the Dravanian horde thus weakened and scattered, the threat to Ishgard has been greatly diminished. And mayhap equally significant, the Holy See must now recognize the necessity of cooperation with foreign powers. Long have they barred their gates against the outside world, but I am confident that the day will soon come when Ishgard proclaims itself a member of the Eorzean Alliance once more. Much have we sacrificed in our struggles against dragons and primals, the Assassins and Empire, but step by unfaltering step we march ever nearer to our goal. And as ever, the journey is made with you in the van. The victory you have won this day gives us greater hope for the morrow. It is a hope that shall sustain us in the days to come and bear us past the many evils that yet seek to hinder our progress. Yes, we have done well, my friend, and I, for one, will take a moment to savor the enormity of our achievement. Shit, I know this little twig. Yeah, he's a... He goes from... what's it called? The little 12-year-old Redditor to my son in the span of one Heavensward expansion, and it's fantastic. The man's a ditty, however, allow me little time for levity. I must accompany Captain Oberd back to Ul'dah and reassign those braves whose squad suffered heavy losses. You, my friend, have earned a rest at the Rising Stones. Pray return to Revenantstall and share your tale with Minfilia in person. Also, hi, Holly. Hi. Celestia, welcome back. Alphino sent word of the siege and of course the role you played in ending it. Your days never cease to amaze me, Celestia. Thank you. You must be weary, Celestia. Now may very well be your only chance to... Jesus Christ. Antecedent! Messenger from Ulda arrives with a missive for you. The Royal Seal. Curious indeed. Ah, an invitation. On behalf of the Council of the Eorzean Alliance, Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ulnamo invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to attend a feast at the Royal Palace of Ulda in honor of Ishgard's recent victory. It would seem we are to be recognized for our part in lifting the siege, you for your valiant efforts as commander of your venturous contingents, and the Archons for their earnest attempts to rouse the city-states. I really find it strange that the Alliance leaders should think themselves deserving of a place at such a celebration. All three refused to deploy their standing armies, preferring to send hastily assembled companies of sellswords, many of whom perished ere the siege began, and they truly so braced to seek to share in the glory of your triumph? But mayhap you simply seek the pretext to meet with the but mayhap they simply seek a pretext to meet with the Ishgardians. While the mood is yet jubilant, such an occasion would present a fine opportunity to press for Ishgar's return to you. So hi, love you. I'm in D&D, so I'm lurking, but I wanted to bug you and chat. Okay, bye. Hey, have a nice D&D session. Also, I'm gonna be watching Vampire Knight on Discord later if you wanna stop by. I'll get a soundboard so I can play the Vine Boom sound effect whenever anything bad happens. You have scarce had time to mourn Moonbrita, and I, for one, am in no mood to carouse? But I suppose we must put away our grief for the good of the realm. Though you were promised rest, I fear I must insist that you also attend. It would be a strange celebration indeed if the victorious hero were not present. Pray content yourself with the thought of such occasion may bring about momentous change, and this without recourse to bloodshed. But I want bloodshed. Tataru, if you would do me a favor of contacting the rest of the Scions? Of course, Antecedent. And please let me know if there's anything else I can do. Curious, I have never known Tataru to sigh at such requests. Could aught be amiss? But I want bloodshed. Yeah, come on, there will be bloodshed. Blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne. Tataru is conspicuous by her absence. Have you seen Tataru from it? Tataru, I believe she just stepped outside. Now that I think on it, she did seem rather preoccupied. You know, I love those fucking stupid little, like, song edits. Like, fucking Red Sus. Oh, Maru, hi. No, Celestia, it's you. I didn't mean to worry anyone. It's nothing really. Well, it's not nothing exactly, but it feels like nothing compared to the towering trials you and the others have to face every day. That's why I should probably talk to Mephilia before things get any worse. And you always know what to say, Celestia. I'm glad we had this little chat. Oh, it's a really good fucking song edit. They like pitch correct. They put in like the Among Us sound effects for like the background instrumentals. It's bass boosted. It's perfect. Yes, Ataru, you have my undivided attention. I've been hesitant to broach the subject, but with all the recent excitement, but Celestia made me realize that there's no time like the present, and time is what I'm here to ask you for. Among Us is like the Morbius of video games? I'm pretty sure I linked it somewhere. Like, I posted it over somewhere on Setnaro's server. One time. These will meme and talk about it all day, but no one touching that shit. No, there's still people who play Among Us. I think the meme's more about how much like it's imprinted on your brain, rather than people just not seeing it. Whereas Morbius is hyping it up without having actually seen or spent money on the media. I'm not sure I understand. If you wish to be excused from your duties for time, then you have certainly earned the rest. Never seen anyone play it? Well, I guess it's the brain imprint. Yeah, it is most definitely the brain imprint part of Among Us, because it's like, you know, the little dude eye thing. You know what I'm talking about, the little Among Us dude. But I suspect that lying abed is far from your intent. You know me too well, and to sit it, there is in fact something I've been wanting to try my hand at. Along with the adventurers in the Crystal Braves, the Scions are constantly being thrown into dangerous battles and deadly predicaments. Even Horary, Boulder, and Coltonate have been promoted from guard duty to fill our needs for competent warriors. Also, and so it seems only right that I too should acquire the power to defend myself and others. More importantly, when I return, I shall be both your receptionist and your bodyguard. Whoa, hey. That's the first time I've almost been knocked to the ground by a Lullafil. I've never seen Miss Tataru so determined. Has aught befell with which I might help antecedent? Ah, not at present, thank you. Was there something you would ask of me? Oh yes, pray excuse my distraction. An adventurer who was to join us for escort duty was injured while out on patrol. I fear we cannot properly defend the scholars entrusted to our protection without the aid of at least one more guard. Therefore, I humbly request that another adventurer, of the capable kind of course, be assigned to our party. Yes, very well. I shall consider the potential candidates and provide you with a replacement as soon as I am able. My thanks, Antecedent. I take leave. Power to defend oneself, since Tataru has ever been full of surprises. Now that I think of it, and I do recall Urianger mentioning that she had developed an interest in Arcanima. Perhaps she hopes to gain admittance to the Arcanist Guild in Limsa Lominsa? Yes, then will be the way of it. Would you be so kind as to journey to the guild and see that all is well? It is doubtless unwarranted, but surely I am not alone in my concern for her safety. Maybe I need to do that. I think I get to do both. I keep getting jump scared by fucking Limsa Lominsa noises. I keep forgetting how busy that pub is. So many stairs in this fucking building. No reason. Celestia, what are you doing here? I didn't mean for her to worry. That's the last thing I wanted. Putting an end to such worries is precisely the reason I'm here, don't you see? I, Tataru shall become a great and powerful arcanist. Now, as Mistress the Tupperware's behest, I must go and complete a special training exercise until we meet again. I know anything about when I started arcanist. It has to do with those little loot boxes there. If it is a Celestia, what brings you to the guild? So you're acquainted with our newest member? An arcanist of your experience must see that her potential is somewhat lacking. Nevertheless, she would not be denied and goes now to undertake her first trial, a simulated inspection of 3 crates. Doubtless you recall receiving similar training under Kidia's supervision. A thought occurs to me, why not oversee Tataru's training yourself? Given your relationship with the girl and your familiarity with the past, I think you're the ideal choice. You need only head to the cliff south of the Zephyr Gate as before and observe at a distance. Take it. East. I had to do this too when I was leveling Arcanist. Or Xerxes, the pirate's port, where she met her shining jewel. For to bring the smuggler's plan to naught came the last whom none could. Beat him with the backdraft, gut him with dust, deck him with the downburst, go carbuncle go. Oh, are those crates I spy? Ah, this must be the true test, but we're ready for them, aren't we, Carbuncle? Carbuncle? What? Come back, Carbuncle, come back! Yo. I should have known you'd come, Celosia. You needn't say a word, your face says it all. I know you bore witness to my shame. I betrayed by my own carbuncle and left with the mercy of wild beasts. I must accept the truth. I'll never be a warrior like you or the others. I will inform Mrs. that my intentions to withdraw from the guild. Our clan, like so much else, is beyond me. It's because you're short. Get stilts. character. Not back so soon, how fair, fledgling Arcanus. Abysmally, Mr. Tupperware, abysmally, as Celosia will testify. I was wrong to become an Arcanist, wrong as usual, and I am completely, utterly unqualified, and I sincerely apologize for wasting your time. Tataru, if it were true, I would not have permitted you to join in the first place. We must all come to accept our limitations, lest our ambitions lead us astray. However, we must not lose sight of our strength in the process. For example, your exceptional skills with numbers help you gain a solid grasp of the fundamentals of Arcanima. Were it not so, you would have struggled even to summon Carbuncle by your side. In my opinion, the Scions are truly fortunate to have such a capable and good-natured receptionist in this service. Would you not agree? You are too kind, Mistress Tupperware. Though I could not overcome this challenge, I shall take your words to heart and try not to be discouraged. As fetching as these garments are, I fear I shall never don them again. But I can't go back to the Rising Stones without something to show for my time away. Wait, I know what I can do. That is, if you don't mind accompanying me for a little longer. Wonderful, then to Costa del Sol we will go. It's a bit of a gamble, but I'm confident it will pay off. Costa del Sol. Where the Costa is soul. I can't think of a joke for that. Yes, this is it. This is where the man at the Drowning Wench told me to look. There's a certain variety of clam which can be harvested this time of year in Bloodshore, one which produces the most marvelous pearls. However, these clams are so coveted by certain wild creatures that since I fared rather poorly in battle last time, and let us be off. Guess I gotta fight. What fortune! I've already found one. Would you be so kind as to keep watch while I work? It should only take a moment. But a heated battle between... I think that's a black mage. Off in the distance, fighting frogs. Well fought, Celosia, well fought. I knew it was right to ask you to come. As for me, I have my prize, a bounty of blood pearls. Though named for the reddish hue, they were treasured as wards against dark magics in ancient times. I thought I might make charms for everyone so that no matter where they go, they will always come home. It's sort of the power to defend myself and other people in a way. Right, well I mustn't keep the men waiting, there's work to be done and lots of it. We've to secure provisions for the Scions and the Elemental market. She may have an eye for quality, but I have a nose for bargains. Will you be heading back to the Rising Stones? If so, pray convey my apologies to the antecedent and tell her that she needn't worry about me. Farewell, Celosia, and thank you for everything. Oh, that sounded rather final, didn't it? How about until we meet again? Back to the Rising Stones. Man, I got my coat wet for nothing. I hate getting, like, clothing wet. You know? I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone hates getting their clothing wet, but it's a not even like the inconvenience of it being wet, but it feels like icky, you know? Welcome home, Celosia. I gather you found Tataru and Limsa Laminsa. Getting socks wet? Oh my god. Ugh. Oh, that's the worst one. It sounds as though she had quite an adventure, and while it did not end as she had hoped, I suspect that it will prove a valuable experience. Yeah, and then, like, it makes a little, like, noise, too, sometimes, and then, like, you just, like, feel it. I dare say she could have managed without our intervention, even so I appreciate you indulging my request. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some water. I will be right back. I'm back. I wonder, do you perchance to recall the commitment I made to furnish Ori Boulder with a capable adventurer? Well, I'm sorry to say that I have as yet been unable to do so. Now I realize that you are rather more than a capable adventurer, and that escort's duty is frankly beneath a woman of your talent. But I have no one else to turn to the present. Might you be willing to forgo rest and assist us in this matter? Generous to a fault, thank you, Celosia. Now it seems only fair that I explain the import of the task in question. For some time, our order has employed a handful of scholars to travel around Eorzea, taking etheric readings that we might better understand the impact of primal summonings. Naturally, it behooves us to ensure our employees' safety, and so we ask the adventurers in our service to serve as escorts. Ori Boulder and Coltonay were to act as two such escorts, as was a third adventurer. Last, due to injury, said adventurer is not presently fit for duty, hence my need to impose upon her your goodwill. You truly are a pillar strength, Celosia. Ori Boulder will share with you details of your task. He should be waiting for you outside to be safe. And all of the back and forth. I just want 6. 6 more quests. 6 more quests and then we're done. We're getting to the end. Ah, Celosia, it is true that you agreed to lend us a hand? Huzzah! What did I tell you, Coltonay? Our misfortune has become a blessing. An opportunity to serve alongside the Warrior of Light herself. Need I remind you that we have 3 scholars to escort, each of whom will take a different route? True, but our mission is the same. Separated by moms we may be, but in spirit we shall be together. If such thoughts bring you joy, you are welcome to think them. To more practical concerns, Celosia, we would have you attend to the scholar charged with serving the South Shroud. He is waiting at Camp Tranquil as we speak. All you need to do is follow the man. He will determine the most appropriate locations to take his readings. In spirit, Celosia, in spirit we shall be together for every step of the way. But I want to really eat rice right now. Just like plain rice. At last, the Scion's woman deigns to grace me with her presence. A pity that we had no time for pleasantries. Our first destination is Isam Harm. Come, we are late enough as it is. And I was supposed to serve as an escort, but if this dude's gonna be rude to me, I am going to push him off the cliff. That's what customer service is. Yes, this location should suffice. Once I finish calibrating my instruments, I will require but a moment to take the necessary measurements. I trust I need not explain that my work can suffer no interruption. Then please stand at an appropriate distance and keep watch for wild beasts. Man, it'd be a shame if someone were to push you down there. Man, what would be a true shame. I see we have both completed a respective task. A satisfactory outcome, though. If I could make one suggestion, you might try to dispatch your foes more quietly in the future. Yeah, I'll dispatch my foe most quietly down this cliff in the near future. I did not like to pick fault, but I really must be allowed to concentrate. Now then, snake multiple ways, shall we? Yeah. Fucking push him off that goddamn cliff. Right about here, yes. As before, I would ask you keep an eye out for dangerous beasts as I work. Okay. Fascinating. These readings are not at all what I expected. Though perhaps you should come as no surprise. I am not given to superstition, but there's a queer, almost blasphemous air hereabouts. Let us quit this place and return to Roots Lake. We have one more site to survey. Is it close to the... Yeah. Figured it was close. As before, my guardian, pray leave me to my task and ensure our safety. Oh my god. The data should prove invaluable to... Good gods, what is that stench? Did you slaughter a creep of adamantoses while my back was turned? Quietly now to Camp Tranquil. I will not have my clothing reek of blood and offal. God, you will reek of What an awful. Jesus Christ. Actually, maybe I do hate NPCs so much more, but like these fucking unnamed bitch baby NPCs. You're going to die in your sleep. Hey, choose to paddle in the Icar a while longer. I take it? No matter. I took advantage of my unexpected privacy and performed a cursory analysis of my data. It would appear that there have been a measurable decrease in Eorze's ambient ether concentration since the calamity. However, this data is far from conclusive and must take additional measures to confirm my assessment. For our next survey, I would have you escort me to Earth's pond. The ambient ether concentrations there are so high that crystalline structures form spontaneously. Consequently, anomalous fluctuations should be much easier to detect. Brilliant, yes? No, don't bother answering. That was rhetorical. Come along. Okay. Oh no! Guys, don't look at the quest title. Guys, don't look at the quest title. Please, for the love of God, do not look at the quest title. You should be more than familiar with the procedure by now. Pray to find a suitable position from which to keep watch while I take measurements. Oh yeah, this is this? Yes, quite high, yet still markedly lower than the historical measurements taken near the end of the 6th Astral Era. Could the presence of a primal account for the difference, or is there something else?